What up? T-Bob here.
And Jake as well.
And look at you. You done stumbled upon little OTB Saints, where we bring you all the latest black and gold coverage.
Who are the Saints going to draft? Who's going to be their quarterback? What does the salary cap look like? All that information and more.
Hope you enjoy it. Like, subscribe. Speaking of new eras, well, I give LSU's performance a big doom on Saturday. I give the Saints boom, boom, boom. That's right. The Rizzler. The Rizzler era off to a big one, doing exactly what we said, right? The interim bump, timing up perfectly with the Atlanta Falcons game. Now, let's be clear. I still don't think I want the Saints to win another game after this, but I wanted them to win this one on Sunday. And the boys found a way. It's funny. They made a lot of the same mistakes that they have made in these games that they have ended up losing. But for whatever reason, call it new leadership and inspiration, like whatever have you, despite making some of the same mistakes, they made the winning plays in the end. And that was the thing that I don't know exactly how to quantify or talk about, but that was the problem in the Dennis Allen era, is you would do a lot of the good stuff to set yourself up, but you could never come through with the winning plays. And whether it's the tired Matthew pick, Chase Young finally coming up with a sack forced fumble there at the end. Again, you made the losing plays, right? Alvin Kamara has the dagger touchdown in his hands on third down. He drops it. He calls it the lamest football moment he's ever had in his entire life. But what did you do? You stayed locked in. You reached down deep inside, and you still find a way to win that game in the end. So, again, I don't know what this year holds, but at least for one day in the Superdome, you beat the Falcons. You don't let him sweep. You don't let him walk into your trap and take over your trap. And if nothing else, in a season full of crap, just like the head coach's toilet, at least there was a bright spot there. And if you're not understanding that reference, apparently game day morning, Rizzy goes to the bathroom in his new locker room, the head coach's room, goes to the bathroom in the new locker room and clogs the toilet immediately off the bat. Some would have called that a bad omen. You know what Rizzler said? He said, no, I'm going to overcome this adversity, just like this team is going to overcome any crap that clogs us up along the way later that day. Great job, Rizzy. I did love seeing the passion on the sideline, to be fair. I know it sounds like I'm being tongue-in-cheek, but I loved his passion, and I do think the team fed off it.
Yeah, it did. Like when they won, it did feel like Peyton Turner shoved him like a little too hard. He's like, hold up, man. Like, I'm old, man. You're in full pads. You're a giant. Get off me. It was, and look, the Saints are playing with guys that, like, you got to be deep into fantasy. You got to be like Tay-Tay levels of fantasy football to even know who some of the guys are.
Well, I mean, what's one guy's first NFL game? He's been out of college football for like 3 years. I guess he's been bouncing around on practice squads and whatnot. Austin?
Like Pettis was a receiver.
Kevin Austin.
Kevin Austin Jr. had 2 catches for 36 yards.
It's his first NFL game in like 3, I think, ever, or in like 3 years at least.
It's been a few years for sure. At least.
Dante Pettis is somebody like I know who he is. He's a second-round pick. Went to Washington, but it's been a minute since I've seen him. Like, I thought he was done.
Yeah.
Bro,
in the
Valdez-Scantling.
Yeah.
It's all we needed was MVS this entire time. A little championship magic sprinkled on top of the Saints. Like, how the hell are you going to get a new receiver and then he comes up with a deep shot like that?
Well, I mean, Pettis hasn't played in the NFL since 2022, and he's out there catching passes, returning kicks for you. So, I mean, we talk about duct tape and super glue all the time here. This was duct tape and super glue roster, and it goes out there. Now, like, you played well against the Falcons in the first matchup, too. You should have won that game.
Yes.
Like, for whatever this defense does, it confuses this Falcons offense. So, like, because there was a lot of stats, like, Kurt threw for over 300 yards.
I was going to say, it feels like you were getting outplayed, but the Falcons just made all these, like, where there's missing field goal, just high leverage mistakes.
And a kicker that doesn't miss field goals either.
Yeah.
You had some fumbles. You had the interception from Tyron there. Bijan ran for over 100 yards. You had 2 receivers that were right under 100 yards for the Falcons, but it just felt like you had their number whenever you had to make the play. And it was good to see them actually celebrate, to enjoy victory from going out there and beating a rival. And I'm with you. Like, if I'm a Saints fan, I don't really want them to win too many games this year because you want to have a good draft pick and all those type of things.
Are we on the Shedeur Sanders bandwagon, guys, yet?
I've been on it.
Another big dub. No, I know you are. I'm more talking to Taylor and others here because there's a lot of haters out there, and the Coach Prime haters continue to suffer. But yes, Jake, anyway, I don't want him to win a ton.
Yeah. Because
don't worry. With this kind of roster, I mean, how can you not win games when you have Pettis and Austin out there?
That's true. But you're about to play like another bad team in the Browns.
Damn it.
And then you've got the Giants
still
on the schedule. You've got the Raiders still on the schedule. You're only 3 games back from Atlanta right now.
No.
I know. I'm just saying.
No, we ain't playing these games.
No, they would have to look.
Unless the Rizzler has Rizzler-level superpowers, the same way that little kid has captured the entire internet and pop culture world as a whole and is now making millions of dollars. If Rizzy indeed does have that sort of charisma, maybe that's the only way. But no, I'm not allowing myself to go anywhere beyond this Sunday. Enjoy this because you beat your arch rival. They don't get the sweep. They were parading up and down Bourbon thinking they were tight, and now the fans go home frustrated, sad, and mad, and you get revenge for what was a very frustrating, sad, and mad loss from earlier this year.
It's crazy. Think about where you're at right now. You're 3-7, and you feel like you've probably had a much worse season than Tampa Bay, like another rival in your division. They're 4-6.
I know. Isn't that odd?
I mean, they had a tough loss against the Ravens. They had a very tough loss against the Falcons, overtime, where they don't see the ball. Same situation against the Chiefs, tough loss, overtime, they don't see the ball. And then yesterday, they lose on basically like a walk-off field goal, 23-20 against the 49ers on, I believe that one was actually in Tampa Bay, but like that is, oof.
The takeaway here is if Taylor even has a tenuous connection to an NFL team, they just suck. Right.
This is very true. But
because he covers the Saints here, he loves Baker Mayfield, and he loves the Cowboys.
To Jake's point, we brought it up the other day when we were talking about it. Like the Bucs were 4-2 at that point, and I brought up their schedule, and I'm like, there's a chance they lose all 4 of these. They lost all 4.
Yeah.
Now, Bucs have a really easy schedule coming up, but they're banged up. No Godwin, no Evans. They lost Tristan Wirfs yesterday. Nobody knows how long. It was a knee injury at halftime. He didn't come back. I mean, if you're the Saints, like, I look at it, look what Derek Carr did with these receivers, and I get it. Derek Carr certainly has his own issues, but 269, 2 touchdowns, no turnovers, 10.8 per attempt. He was not checked down, Charlie, yesterday like we had seen. And sure, Cousins throws for 300 yards, but like you rattled him when you needed to. You got the interception. You sacked him 3 times. Derek Carr was not sacked yesterday. So, I mean, like, I get it. They're 3-7, but try to make a run if you can. I know you don't want to.
Obviously you never set out trying to lose games. The players are not going to try to lose games. They're going to try to make a run.
Once the ball's kicked off, you don't even know what your record is.
Rizzy. I mean, look at the excitement these guys play with. They're professionals. And Rizzy's not going to try to lose games, obviously, right? I mean, what a great opportunity for him here as an interim coach. It's his first ever, a chance to prove himself as an NFL head coach. And we know he's an elite special teams guy, and you see multiple head coaches that are so whatever. But I just don't think they're good enough, right? I mean, even yesterday's game, huge credit to winning it and making the plays you needed to, but you probably got outplayed on the whole. Like in the same way that the Falcons were lucky to win that first one, it's kind of flipped for this second one. So. The fear is that, you manage to find something and then you just, you don't win anything that actually matters, but then you win too many games and you end up picking somewhere where you can't get a quarterback. But I don't know, man. Maybe I'm in the minority here. Maybe people do want to see.
I have no faith that the Saints would actually draft a quarterback either, though.
Oh, that's okay. True. Unfortunate, but true. I will say this, dude. This is coming from the number one Carfax believer. I still just hate his post-game comments that are all like, told you so.
Ew.
Quote, we really believed that we were a good football team this whole time. And I know, trust me, for me especially, that was a long 7 weeks. Like, is it ever going to end? But we never wavered in the work, and we never wavered in the confidence of what it could be. But when you get punched in the face over and over again, it starts to hurt. Honestly, we have nothing to lose. They already fired our coach. We lost last week to a team that was in last place in our division. What else do we have to lose? I mean, just go out there and compete. I don't hate how he finished that. But then, I don't know, man. I still don't, whatever. It's Derek Carr. But yesterday was fun. Yesterday was fun. You beat the Falcons. You avoid the sweep. That was massive. Now, I guess let's just see how the rest of this season played out. Alvin Kamara is still really good, too, for whatever that's worth. Like, if you can put this man with a team around him, Kamara can still be a star. I also did love seeing not just Cam Jordan get a sack yesterday, but Chase Young and Peyton Turner. I mean, that's a lot of things that you do. You know, you've been waiting on all those all year long, and they all came together when you needed them. Wow, just amazing black and gold takes right there, Jake.
I don't think I've ever heard any takes that are better than the two guys that just gave you that take.
And you can keep getting them by going ahead and liking, subscribing, ringing the bell to get notifications when we post. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next OTB Saints.